Again, there are 16 packs. 4 rows of 4 packs. Michael Bisping versus Josh Haynes, right there, my favorite fighter. The man right there. He will dethrone Silva and become the champion. As soon as he beats Henderson after this season, the Ultimate Fighter, UK versus US. Michael Bisping versus Josh Haynes. Perhaps the most influential fighter in the United Kingdom and certainly the most popular, Michael Bisping made a smooth transition from being the light heavyweight winner of the Ultimate Fighter's 3rd season to establishing himself as a true middleweight contender. Next up for the count, a return to his roots as a coach on the upcoming season, the Ultimate Fighter, which is UK versus US with Henderson. Quentin Rampage Jackson versus Marvin Beastman Eastman. Marvin Eastman beat him the first time, so he avenged his loss in his debut in the Octagon. Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira versus Heath Herring. Heath Herring has fought some of the best ever. He's fought Fedor Emelianenko, he's fought Brock Lesnar, but that is Minotaur's debut right there. Top 10 fights of 08. Matt Wyman right there, probably my second favorite fighter, versus Thiago Tavares, a fight that he was not expected to win, but came out and just dominated in. Very nice fighter. And a really good guy in his interviews. Tim Bosch versus David Heath. Bosch is about to fight at Columbus 2 against Jason Brills. Tim Bosch fought Matt Hamill, I think, last. Or he fought since then. He fought, can't remember who it is. It's the guy that's fighting, I think, Brandon Vera at this next pay-per-view. But Tim Bosch versus David Heath. Ariane Celeste, Octagon Girl, main one, Ariane. Wilson Govea versus Keith Jardine. That was a good fight. Govea was winning in the first round. It was all about the leg kicks. Jardine came back and just outlasted him the second and third. Govea gassed. Marcus, the Irish hand grenade, Davis versus Melvin Guillard. And back to the Michael Bisping. Still haven't got any of the autographs or relics. Brandon Vera versus Fabiano Scherner. Kenny Florian versus Diego Sanchez in the Ultimate Fighter 2 finale. BJ Penn versus Joey Gilbert. It's an old picture. Do not like Penn at all. Cannot stand BJ Penn. Yushin Okami. Victorious debuts. Liddell versus Sobral, UFC 62. Martin Hitman Campman versus Crafton Wallace. I already have one of those. Oh, it's a thick one. 241 and 288. It's just a silver one, but it's numbered 288, unlike the gold. George St. Pierre versus Carl Parisian. He's my favorite, top guy fighter, but I hate to say it. He's one of my favorite fighters because, of course, everybody says he is when he's the champ. But his debut versus Carl Parisian, cannot stand Carl Parisian. I do not like him at all. Jesse Leodon versus Dennis Siver. Mac Danzig versus Tommy Spear. And that's that pack. Nate Diaz versus Manny Gamburian. Manny is Carl's little cousin. Don't like him either. Nate Diaz won. Gamburian had a tap because he broke his arm or something like that. Hoist Gracie versus Art Jimerson. Very old-time picture. Hoist, one of the founders of MMA. I don't like his personality too much. Seems like a cocky guy. I mean, I guess he has a right to be. I just don't like him that much. Chris Lieben versus Jason Thacker. Top 10 fights. Kelly versus Taylor. Again, another Paul Telly's Kelly versus Paul Taylor. It's a holofoil type one. It's not numbered like the other one, the gold one I got is, but it's the same kind of card. Rochelle Leah, Octagon Girl. And that's a thick one too. And it's numbered 64 of 288. It's one of those silver thick numbered ones. Checklist. Nate Rock Quarry versus Lodoon Sincade. Rich Franklin versus the late great Evan Tanner. Dan Henderson versus Alan Goes. Another old time picture. Stephen Bonner versus Forrest Griffin. An epic throwdown that sparked the popularity of the whole sport. In a fight in which Griffin won, but both got a contract. Spencer Fisher versus Thiago Alves. Ed Herman versus Kendall Grove. Victorious debuts. Cannot stand Rashad Evans either. He's the only one to beat Michael Bisping. I think Bisping won it, but I just cannot stand him. Most cocky, arrogant fighter there is. Rashad Evans, victorious debut. A gold Sean Sherk versus Tiki Gosen. Thick gold card, not numbered. Amir Sadala versus CB Dalloway. That was a crazy upset. The first time, nobody thought Amir had any chance in heck, and he pulled off the upset with an armbar. Then he had to find out he had to fight him again in the finale after Jesse Taylor got kicked out, and nobody thought he had any chance in that rematch, and he pulls off the same armbar, catches him with it, and wins the Ultimate Fighter. Crazy fight. Thiago Silva versus James Sandman Irvin. Sam hands a stone stout versus Spencer Fisher. Spencer the Kingfisher. And that's that pack. And this will be the 8th pack. Halfway done after this. Still have not got a hit. Tim Bosch versus David Heath. Another card. Already got that one. Rory Markham versus Brody Farber. And it is showing it right there. You can see his foot on his neck. That's one of the baddest kick to the chin knockouts I've ever seen. Heath Herring versus Jake O'Brien. Whoa! Oh my gosh! Holy crap! The first autograph, Matt Riddle. I wanted this more than any besides Bisping. The Tough Finale 62108. It's even got the smiley face. His nickname, they always call him Smiley around the house. That is ridiculous. This is the only card I've bid on so far because the Bispings haven't popped up. A Matt Riddle autograph, my very first one. That is so awesome. Not numbered. Just looks like that on the back. I love the look of these cards. Very nice autograph. Couldn't think of any besides Bisping I'd rather have. Very first one right there. Matt Riddle. The finale versus Rivera that he won. Rivera said he'd quit if he beat him. But Riddle won. An awesome autograph right off the bat. Very first one. Thick card, Manny Gamburian versus Nate Diaz. It's a gold one, not numbered. Checklist. Nate the Great Marquardt. He's one of my favorite fighters too. Top 5, definitely. Really nice guy. Just got unbeaten Gouveia in a good fight and knocked him out. This is his debut against Ivan Salivary. Patrick Cote versus Tito Ortiz. That was way before Cote was on the comeback or any of that. And he did better than anybody thought he was going to do there for taking the fight on short notice. Sean Sherk versus Tiki Gosen. Already have that one. Tim Bosch versus David Heath. Back to the front of the